everyone. Dave Saunders and Big 12 champion Anna Bever with you. And Anna, FC Tulsa coming off the back of an impressive home victory against Birmingham Legion.
Dave, Legion FC historically a pretty dominant side, and FC Tulsa found a way at home in front of their home fans to get that first victory of the season. Coach Encian must be pleased, especially with the response after opening the season with a loss. But a gritty performance and 3 great goals, 5 different players getting on the score sheet, and finding the back of the net for the first time this season was FC Tulsa's captain, Rodrigo da Costa.
And as we look at the highlights, Anna, we can see da Costa's opening goal here.
Yeah, he opened up the scoring with a great ball in from Petar Cuic, and Rodrigo da Costa making a good run, getting on the end of it. Legion FC found an equalizer, but this was the moment before halftime. Joaquin Rivas steps up for the home side, puts that ball in the back of the net, and changes the momentum heading into halftime, Dave.
And how about sealing the deal on your debut, Machuca with a perfect third goal?
Definitely. Suarez springs him in. Machuca stays composed, feels that pressure coming on his back, and then just chips that one in the back of the net to seal the deal for FC Tulsa in their first victory of the season.
But Sean Lewis in goal for FC Tulsa here wearing blue had to be his best on the night.
He did, and this shot here was up for save of the week this week, and he faced 6 shots, saved 5 of them. But Dave, he battled with injury last season, and FC Tulsa happy to have him back at 100% this season. And his performance in this game helped him earn a spot on the Team of the Week bench this week. So congrats to him, and he'll have to be 100% tonight, Dave.
He certainly will, against a very respected and strong side in the shape of San Diego Loyal. We'll be back after the break with your starting lineups and first half call.
It's great for muscle recovery, reduces aches and pains that they're having, help those muscles recover quicker from those intense workouts that they're going through.
These guys, they're banged up, they're working hard, they're dealing with injuries. I feel blessed that these guys are able to come in the office and, take advantage of our multiple service lines here at Tulsa Spine and Rehab.
Get ready, Oklahoma. I'm Bill Knight, and it's Truck Month at Bill Knight Ford.
Order now and lock in 0% financing for 60 months and $2,000 retail order bonus cash on the 2022 F-150. Get $1,500 in retail order bonus cash plus 0% financing on the 2022 Ranger.
Let us show you why. We've been Oklahoma's #1 volume Ford dealer for the past 13 years. Come see us at Bill Knight Ford, 96th and Memorial, and home of the Knight Advantage.
Today's match is brought to you by Tulsa Tech. Make your own path to the career of your dreams with hands-on training from Tulsa Tech. By Panera Bread. Satisfy any food mood with a Panera you pick to Panera, the familiar made fantastic. And by Williams. We make clean energy happen. So, good evening everybody. Let's have a look at our Society Burger home lineup. And we already mentioned in the build-up to this one, Sean Lewis. But also, Anna, we should say that in comes Johnny Fennick in the back line. And also Machuca, who scored that third goal. We think he'll play on the right-hand side.
Yeah, quality lineup for FC Tulsa. We mentioned in the opener 5 different players getting on the score sheets. Joaquin Rivas, da Costa, and Machuca all notching their first goal of the season. but Coach Incien looking to build off of that momentum against a great game last week.
And as for the visitors, Landon Donovan's San Diego Loyal SC, the Foxy Tacos line up for them. In comes Camden Riley wearing 13, Evan Conway wearing 14, and Andrew Carlton wearing 30. Colin Martin and Nick Moon drop to the bench. Annabeffa, San Diego Loyal in town for the first time. FC Tulsa off the back of an impressive home win. It's set up to be a cracker tonight, isn't it?
It is. It's going to be a great opportunity. Take a look here at the injury report sponsored by Tulsa Bone and Joint. Jorge Corrales questionable tonight, this evening, and then San Diego Loyal, none on the injury report, so that is good to see.
Certainly is. And that injury report, as you said, from Tulsa Bone and Joint. Back to the tonight's game, and you know, it's set up really well, isn't it? I mean, there's FC Tulsa, who must be buoyant after that home win, but they've got to respect this opposition in the shape of San Diego Loyal SC.
They do, and San Diego coming off of 2 opening victories, and they're trying to establish themselves in the conference, an expansion club, trying to make a name for themselves, and obviously led by Landon Donovan. They'll try to play good soccer, keep the ball on the ground. And here's a look at Coach Mike Incien, who played with Landon Donovan at LA Galaxy in his career, won an MLS Cup. So they know each other well. But what Coach Incien said earlier this week is now they're competitors. They want to know what they can do from the coaching perspective. And when that final whistle blows, that's all that matters, is who gets those 3 points. And both coaches focused on that this evening, Dave.
A few gloves being worn tonight. We'll get to temperatures in a few moments. There's Peter Chewich and Maloto, who had such a good game in the central midfield for FC Tulsa last Saturday. And talking of that weather report from Fox 23, 43 degrees at kickoff. It is certainly a drop in temperature from what we experienced last Saturday. Here's Camden Riley, who can also play in midfield with the ball here. And it is San Diego Loyal wearing all white from right to left on your screens against FC Tulsa in those black and gold shirts. There's Johnny Fennick getting a ball forward. Adams away. Header from Gabby Torres, who has come in at left back this season for FC Tulsa. New signing. Finds Brian Brown, another new signing. Brown now wearing 9, trying to chip the ball across, looking for Machuca. Machuca, who's getting his first full start here in an FC Tulsa shirt. Here's Malota. Johnny Fennick again right on the halfway line. Spins it out wide to Torres. Torres gets brought down, says the referee. The referee tonight, Kevin Broadley, assisted by Jay Norris and Shane Kennard. The 4th official tonight is Albert Franklin. So Annabeffa, an early chance for FC Tulsa to get this ball into the 18-yard box.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity. We knew coming into this game that it was going to be a good matchup. Coach Mike Incien said that both teams like to play the ball on the ground, would like to possess it, so seemed to believe it would be similar to the Legion FC game where they had success but have to continue to build on the positives that came from that game. And this is definitely an opportunity here as FC Tulsa with quite a few players in the box. Lebo Maloto and Rodrigo Da Costa standing over this one.
Da Costa places it carefully. They're really delaying this one. Everybody on the 18-yard line or thereabouts. Referee blows his whistle, and it is Da Costa, left-footed, low into the box. Fennick's in there now, nearest player for FC Tulsa. Cleared away by the defence, only as far as Maloto. Maloto now to Peter Chewich. Good ball from Chewich, headed down, and there's a shot just over the bar. And it was that man, Da Costa again, and that was a real opportunity for FC Tulsa.
It was, and Dave, I'm not surprised that distribution from Chewich was perfect over the top. We'll get another look here at the replay. Building from the midfield, but the vision and the accuracy to chip this ball over the defense, and then the awareness from Suarez. Good defending ultimately by San Diego Loyal to snuff out that opportunity. But Da Costa so close to finding the back of the net for the second time this season.
Certainly was. Now here are San Diego Loyal in possession of the football. As I said, a few of the players wearing gloves, including Elijah Martin there, the left back. space now on the right-hand side. Both teams with slightly different formations. FC Tulsa having to make an adjustment at the back because Ronald Rodriguez, who played at the centre-back position, has gone on international duty, of course, with El Salvador. Good run from Conway into the box. It's going to come all the way to the far side. Chip back into the box. There's a header from Conway, and the first save of the night from Sean Lewis. We said he had to be at his best, and Conway with a good header there, and a buffer and a good save.
Sean Lewis last game with an 83% save percentage, and you can see why he comes out this season ready to play. Ball gets played over the top. Gabby Torres trying to knock that one down, but a good ball played in. Sean Lewis able to comfortably make his first save of this match.
And Elijah Martin comes away with the ball, finds Carlton. Carlton back to Martin. Martin will go back to the unmistakable figure of Kyle Adams, the centre-back born in Auckland, New Zealand. Camden Riley. Jack Metcalf goes back to Camden Riley. Riley, the 25-year-old from Dallas, Texas. Here's Kyle Adams, who scored one of the 2 goals in the 2-0 victory that San Diego Loyal SC had over Sacramento Republic, who incidentally are FC Tulsa's next opponents in Sacramento on Saturday. This, the first of the out-of-conference games, and then FC Tulsa will play another one, as I said, out of conference against their old foes, Sacramento Republic. Riley has seen a lot of the ball, and Adams. The left back, Elijah Martin, returning for his 3rd season. Born in Fresno, California. Riley now to Jack Metcalf. Guido there playing the ball forward, and there's Johnny Fennick to clear away. There's certainly a side that knows how to possess the football, Annabeth, for these visitors from San Diego.
Yeah, definitely. These first few minutes, San Diego Loyal have established themselves very comfortable in possession. They're not being too forceful, very patient in their build-up, and that's something that FC Tulsa is going to have to be mindful of. They'll have to be intentional when they get the ball, find feet, and really take care of possession.
Here's Maloto trying to do exactly that. Fennick drives it forward down the left-hand side, looking for Suarez. Quickly shut down by Camden Riley. Gabby Torres, one of the 2 outfield players who made the team of the week for his performance against Birmingham Legion last Saturday.
And you know, Dave, something earlier this week I loved about his response to the press. They asked him if he was excited about being on team of the week and what that meant to him, and his immediate response was, I'm just glad we got the 3 points. I'm focused on the match tonight. Let's go out there and try to do the same thing. So that's the type of attitude I know Coach Mike Ensien's very pleased to have on his team.
Yeah, he did. We spoke to Mike Ensien, and he was very pleased to have those 2 players. Dispay has been fouled there by Andrew Carlton. Yeah, he's very pleased, and Gabby Torres had, you know, an unspectacular game, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. He did his job properly, and he did it extremely well, got forward, and he deserves his spot on Team of the Week. Sean Lewis, the goalkeeper, was on the bench for the Team of the Week, as we've already alluded to. Talking to goalkeepers, there's Koki Vegas clearing the 6'2" man born in Spain. It's a good ball down the left-hand side here for Carlton. Carlton now in the gloves, up against Dispay. Dispay just shakes him off, gives it to Machuca. Machuca, who scored that 3rd goal, nutmegs Elijah Martin. Sliding challenge coming in. Machuca still going up against Adams, tries to slide it through here to Brian Brown, and that's good play from the Honduran, who's taking his plaudits here and taking his chances starting the game here. Here's Brown just back to Bouchois, and here's Annabeth with that replay from Machuca.
Yeah, the creativity from Machuca, you can tell he's feeling confident after the goal last game.
Good ball from Chuich here to Gabby Torres. Torres left-footed ball into the box, nearly reaches Da Costa. In fact, Camden Riley's gone down there. The ball, I think, rather hit him in the face there, and the referee is quickly bringing the player on, and there's a little bit of concern here for Camden Riley. I think the ball rather hit him and him heading, and very sportingly, DaCosta was in there very, very quickly, and I think it may have hit him smack on the nose, actually. Let's have a look at the replay, see if we can get anything on this, Anna.
Yeah, and the weather definitely doesn't help this situation. Might have just hit him a bit funky.
Yeah, it's like you say, it's a cold old night, and he is down. Fans, FC Tulsa will be back at One Oak Field on Saturday, April 2nd to take on New York Red Bulls 2. Get your tickets to the match today at fctulsa.com/tickets. And I should say, or we should say, Anna, huge congratulations and to these fans who've made it from San Diego here tonight to Tulsa, and we're reliably informed they have driven the whole way. That is an effort to come and watch a football match.
Yeah, that's definitely fan commitment. They're trying to build something special with this San Diego Loyal program, and that is one way to do it when you have fans that are willing to drive across the country for a midweek game.
Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. 0-0 the score. And there is coach Landon Donovan, who is wearing his scarf and also his hat there, because as we keep saying, we are in the mid-40s, and thankfully Camden Riley is okay, and he's going to come back onto the field. And underway we go again. It was Charlie Adams, the captain, just playing it back to Riley. Here's the second Adams, Kyle Adams. And they like playing it back about from the back to San Diego Loyal. They build from deep, and here is Riley again now, just coming forward, playing it out to the right-hand side. Metcalf getting a touch in there. Run across the midfield. Labor Belota tries to get some kind of challenge in. Adams now will find Elijah Martin. Further up the left-hand side is Evan Conway, but Elijah Martin goes back to Adams, and they'll slow it down and keep possession of the football, Anna. It's a sign of a good team.
It is. They're definitely comfortable in possession and trying to be very intentional about when they go forward and when they go vertical. They have no issues going side to side, just to see and wait for an opportunity to open up, and that's where FC Tulsa has to obviously respect the talent, but defend as a unit and step in when needed to try to limit those opportunities and those passes.
Yeah, raking ball to the right-hand side now, inside the box, and the ball comes to the far post. It's over everybody. Conway will run to retrieve this one for his team. Back to Guido. Now Martin, and again they will slowly and patiently build. Elijah Martin returning for his third season with the club. Low ball into the box, comes off Bradley Bouchois, will be the first corner for the away side, who, I'll say again, are very patiently building and keeping control of the ball. Coming to take this one is Charlie Adams, the 27-year-old, born in Hendon in England. Played his youth ball at Brentford, who of course now are in the English Premiership. Has also played here in the States for Real Monarchs and Louisville. He is the heart of the midfield since his arrival, with an 87% pass accuracy. Good player. Here he is, left-footed, into the box, headed away by Torres. And Suarez could not keep control of that, so Adams will have a throw-in. Martin back to Adams. There's a little trip there from the number 30 on the number 30. Labor Maloto tripping Carlton. And it's going to be a free kick. And this is in a dangerous area, Anna, because it's just off the corner of the box, down the left-hand side of San Diego Loyal's formation here.
Yeah, here's another look at the collision between the two. Quick feet by Carlton, and Maloto just catches him late. Referee standing right over that one. Doesn't look like a ton of contact from that angle, but referee down in a good position. But you're right, Dave, this is a dangerous area, because this is an opportunity where you could go for goal or find a ball across the face of goal and really putting Sean Lewis in a position to decide, does he go or does he stay?
And will it be Guido with the right foot, or will it be Adams with the left? Referee is happy now to blow the whistle, and here we go. And it's Adams with the left foot, chips it towards the far post, but there is Sean Lewis to catch the football cleanly. And he will bowl the ball out here to the captain, Bradley Bourgeois. Here's Lebo Maloto. Peter Chewich, who is the glue of the team. Fennick to Torres. FC Tulsa not afraid to have some possession now. Chewich out to Fennick. Fennick will drive the ball long. Good header in field from Suarez, away by Candarani. Only as far though as Bradley Bourgeois. Bourgeois will try to play the ball into the box, blocked by Conway. Bourgeois again with the ball as FC Tulsa keep possession here. De Costa involved. Bourgeois again. Bourgeois threads the ball through to find Johnny Fennick inside the centre circle. Adrian Dispay, who recovered from a little knock on his thigh from Saturday. Brian Brown misses that one. Away by Metcalf. Headed down by Chewich. Dispay. Chewich. Fennick, good ball, finds De Costa. Suarez prays in Gabby Torres. Good play from the home side. Here's De Costa inside the box. Can he get it onto his favoured left? He can. Takes the deflection, corner. Really good build-up from the home side, Anna Beffa.
It was much better from FC Tulsa. You saw in the build-up, very intentional with their passes, finding feet. If they needed to play back, they played the way they were facing, and then found that long ball in the midfield, and this is where they were able to combine that overlapping run from Gabby Torres. De Costa making that midfield run. He's able to twist and turn, doesn't get it off the way he wants to, but this is so much better, Dave, from Mike Ensian's side, getting forward with numbers, gets a shot off in a corner.
Maloto's ball into the box, good header away from Adams, the captain, back in there. It's going to be a throw into FC Tulsa. It's a really good game, this one. Both sides wanting to possess the ball, and it's going to be ebb and flow all night, Anna, isn't it? You feel with, you know, the team that gets the ball are going to try to possess it as long as they can. Here's Torres, throwing it back here to Maloto, the South African. Maloto again. Peter Chewich, the Croatian here, signed from Sporting KC2. And a very good signing indeed. Fennick finds Dispay. Chewich straight to the head of Adams. Conway brings it down, loses possession. Chewich, but there was a foul by Bradley Bourgeois. De Costa saying to the referee, the assistant didn't see anything, but I think the referee's saying, well, I'm the one in charge, I'm closer to it. I'll be assisted if I need to by my assistants there. Thanks for your company here. Dave Saunders and Anna Beffa here with you on ESPN Plus. And also My 41 here locally in Tulsa. You are very welcome. We welcome in as well San Diego loyal SC fans. A little bit earlier, of course, 5:30 for you Pacific time on kickoff, of course. And I'm sure it's a lot warmer in San Diego than it is here in Tulsa tonight. Camden Riley, who's got over that knock to his head by the ball that it was. Can play in midfield as well. And it's going to be a throw-in for FC Tulsa. And I think if you're Landon Donovan or you're Mike Ensian, I think you're pleased, Anna, with your side for the first 17 minutes here.
I agree. Both teams have really settled into this game, trying to just stay disciplined in their technique and their passes, and knowing that that opportunity will come up, trying to shift either team from side to side and just create those open spaces, making good runs. And we've seen it from both teams so far, but it's just who's going to strike first.
Mike Ensian entering his third full season as head coach of FC Tulsa, 40-year-old. As we said, played with Landon Donovan in 2005. They were teammates together. Elijah Martin having to go back here to his goalkeeper, Koki Vegas. Vegas, who made the team of the week. We'll have a look at the team of the week at half time. So plenty of talent on this field. Metcalf will go back here to Riley. Carlton goes wide to Moshe Bane. We haven't seen too much of Moshe Bane. There's Vassell. We haven't seen too much of Vassell either. And then Chewich gets himself in a bit of a problem there. Here's Vassell winning it back. Adams will go wide here to Elijah Martin, who's up from left back, probably the deepest he's been in FC Tulsa territory on the evening. Adams, the captain, finds Conway. Conway up against Bourgeois. Conway gets a decent ball in, away by Dispay. Adams is there. Good play from Maloto. And Maloto will try to find Brian Brown here down the left-hand side, but Riley steps in with his tall 6'2" frame to win the header. Still we go on. Here's Brian Brown. Great turn from him. Brown now going towards goal. Still with the ball here. Brown, can he pull it back? He certainly can. Coming in here, I think, was Suarez. And there's sliding challenges all over the place, and the referee, to be fair, Anne, is letting everything go, and the game flows because of that.
He is. He's being even both sides when it comes to the no calls, both teams having the opportunity to play, but Brian Brown showcasing his strength in that last play, finding a way to turn, tries to square it back to find Suarez, but FC Tulsa finding themselves deep in the attacking third here against San Diego Loyal, trying to get something going.
See Tulsa on the attack again. Gabby Torres into the box, away by Riley. And now a switch of play here. Dispay's there. Conway running in from the left-hand side. Good play from Dispay, the 28-year-old, signed this season by FC Tulsa. Adrian Dispay, ex-RGV, Colorado Springs Switchbacks and Portland Timbers too. Chewich keeping it simple with Maloto. Chewich again in his blue boots here, just twisting and turning back to Maloto. Maloto happy to calm things down and patiently give it to Johnny Fennick, who gives it to Adrian Dispay. Chewich chipping a ball towards the back line. Riley's there again. Riley clears, and that will be out for a throw-in to FC Tulsa. Very even game, and a 0-0 just about right in the 21st minute here at One Oak Field.
It is. It's almost a chess match between these two, and it's been interesting and fun to watch these two teams defend because they're so intentional about when they step, and they're compact and organized defensively because they know if one of them goes and they open up that gap behind them, either team has the ability to quickly find that through pass and really open them up. So being very conservative in their defensive approach and just trying to be mindful of the talent on both teams, as you mentioned, but just sticking to their game plan and waiting for those opportunities to arise. San
Diego won their first two home games, 2-1 at home to LA Galaxy and also 2-0 against Sacramento Republic. This is their first game on the road. Shabani goes back to goalkeeper Koki. Koki back to Mushabani, one of the two South Africans on the field, Lebo Maloto being the other one. Here's Gabby Torres. Torres, the Brazilian, plays the ball down to Peter Kuich, and that comes off Mushabani, and it will be a throw-in. There's Mike Ensign acting as ball boy. There's Torres getting the ball back here, running over the halfway line, brings it in field to Dario Suarez. Good play from FC Tulsa, keeping control here. Adrian Dispay striding forward as he likes to do with the ball at his feet. Bradley Bourgeois just getting into a bit of a tangle then. In the end he brings down Elijah Martin. It's Kyle Adams. Jack Metcalf, the Liverpudlian, playing it right back. Here's Adams. Adams and Riley exchanging a lot of passes at the back, as have Fennick and Dispay, to be fair. Play squeezed up to the middle of the field. Ball goes back to Koki Vegas. He had his first shutout in the 2-0 win over Sacramento Republic, making 6 saves. Shabani now wearing 11 from Soweto in South Africa. 0-0 the score. We've played 23 minutes here at One Oak Field here in Tulsa. Thank you for joining us here for this USL Championship game. We'll have scores from around the league. We'll have the first half highlights, and we'll look at the team of the week all in a half-time show. Sean Lewis made the bench in the team of the week, as we said, wearing all red tonight. Had some injuries last season, did Sean Lewis. Had to miss several games. Getting back to his best form, because the year before last, Annabeffa, he was just had an amazing season for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, you saw what he was capable of in that season with FC Tulsa, but you mentioned the injury and just trying to battle that out, and you could tell that he wasn't up to his form.
Ball over the top. Here's Vassell. Needs no opportunity to go on goal. He goes down. Adrian Dispay was behind him, and the referee says no call. Interesting, when a striker does go down, you just feel sometimes they'd stay on their feet, they could get a shot on goal, because he was certainly in behind the defence. Experienced is Kyle Vassell. Conway with Bouchoir. That comes off Bouchoir's back. Bouchoir goes down. Conway inadvertently landing on top of Bradley Bouchoir. Bouchoir, let's just have a look at the replay here with Anna.
Yeah, great ball over the top and a good run by Kyle Vassell. Yeah, just not able to stay on his feet. Dispay applying some pressure, but referees seem to be in a good position. Didn't see enough contact there. Vassell pleading for the penalty kick. But as you mentioned earlier, Dave, the referee's been letting things go tonight.
Yeah, and I think, it's one of those where I'm not going to say that, Vassell dove in the box, because there might have been some contact, but it's also one of those where I think the referee in your frame there gets it right. There wasn't enough contact for a penalty kick. Guido there, playing the ball back here to Riley, but it just shows you, ball over the top, and Vassell was in there. Now, it's a good run from Elijah Martin there, just accelerating here. Brings in Carlton. Carlton, ball comes off the foot of Bradley Bouchoir for another San Diego Loyal SC corner, which is going to be taken by the captain, Charlie Adams. As the world demands low cost, low carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Corner. Adams with it, with his left foot, holds his right arm aloft into the danger area. Good header away from Gabby Torres back there. Good play from Guido. Guido tries to play the ball back into Costa's there to block the shot. Guido back heels the ball and then plays it over the top. Takes a hop, and Sean Lewis collects and bowls it out to Gabby Torres. And FC Tulsa defended that little series of play there pretty well, Anna.
They did. A brave header from Gabby Torres, and then DaCosta immediately pressing to limit that opportunity, giving FC Tulsa here a chance quickly in transition.
Here's Suarez will try one from a long way out, just wide of the target. Well, Dario Suarez scored a goal against Tampa Bay Rowdies in the playoff game, which ended in a 6-2 defeat for FC Tulsa at the end of last season, and it was from a similar position. He's not afraid to have a shot. Annabeffa on the replay.
No, he's not. We know what he's capable of from distance, and if you give a player like Dario Suarez that much time and space to get his head up and connect with that well, he's capable of scoring from that distance.
Shall we say that Koki was sprawling to his right to try and keep it out? Obviously didn't have to make a save, but he'll be pleased to have seen that one go past the right hand upright. Here is Chewich. Even game, this one, 0-0. We're playing the 28th minute here at One Oak Field. FC Tulsa's second home game of the 2022 campaign. Dispay's done well at the back. Here's Machuca. Hasn't seen an awful lot of the ball, but he finds DaCosta here. DaCosta, and Elijah Martin brings DaCosta down on halfway. The fouls are just starting to mount up, and I'm just wondering whether the referee As Martin picks up DeCosta sportingly, referee might just start to say, look, everybody, the next person, and sometimes, Anna, you've played the game, it's an unlucky person, the next foul, out comes the yellow card because of the team fouls.
Exactly. Sometimes the referee just needs to make a statement to say, hey, let's settle this game down. So far up to this point, he's really let both teams play. It's been a physical game, nothing too malicious, just a good competitive game. But you're right, it might be just one moment where he pulls out that card just to diffuse things.
Here's Gabby Torres. Peter Chuich. Good play for DeCosta. Gets a 1-2 with Suarez. Good tackle coming in though from Guido here, and he strides forward here for Landon Donovan's men here. Has to go back here now to his captain Adams, who immediately plays the ball out to Tumi Moshabane. Metcalf will go back to Riley, and again they will build from the back. Will San Diego loyal here? Can the Riley chipping the ball over the top of Vassell, who recently went down in the box. No call from the referee for penalty kick. Here's Elijah Martin. Chuich has brought down Adams. Chuich is really annoyed because he said he didn't touch the Englishman. Free kick. I love the core pillars that San Diego Loyal are built on: completion, commitment, connection and camaraderie. I think that's a really good four pillars, you know, and they are certainly a club that is going the right way, and they're built on you know, a lot of success. They've got a great coach, they've got good backroom staff. They're a great club, and it's great to have them here in Tulsa for this cross-conference game. Good 1-2 played there. Adams involved again. That's neat play. Here's Maloto. Maloto has got it stolen away there. Moshe Barney wanted to play it there through to Vassell. Goes all the way back to Koki. Kyle Adams. Well, the drums are beating and the crowd are expectant here. 0-0 the score, and it's just about right, you would say. Pretty even again, Annie, you'd say, you know, coming up to the, well, we played half an hour in this game now, 0-0.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, both teams have had their moments. Suarez with the most recent one, but San Diego Loyal pressing forward.
Here's Carlton slipping the ball out wide on the right, and it hits the chest of Torres as it was coming in there. That was from Jack Metcalf, who likes to get up from right back. Chuich now to Bradley Bourgeois. He likes to get forward from right back. Anabefa was pointing for a switch there from right to left. Here's DeCosta. He's lost control of the football in the middle. Here's Adams. Good first touch from him. Here's the other Adams, Kyle at the back. Guido. And again, you just like the way that San Diego Loyal just slow the game down. When they've got the ball, and they just make FC Tulsa sit in now and wait for their opportunity, basically, to get the ball back.
Right, and it makes FC Tulsa just have to be that more disciplined and that more mentally switched on, because when you have a team like San Diego Loyal that are comfortable in possession, comfortable switching that ball from side to side, you have to be mindful of those passes, because it just takes one quick pass or one quick, thoughtful run to break them down, and that's what they're trying to do, and just be patient in that.
Guido brings in Elijah Martin. Every single one of these players comfortable on the ball. Adams again. Riley now steps into the FC Tulsa half. Metcalf up from right back. Chuich wins it back. And then Gabby Torres has played that ball out, and that's kind of what they force you to do, isn't it? Just Torres wanting to clear the ball there. Gives it straight back to the opposition. But it is 0-0. Mike Ensian's men sitting in and disciplined, and so far Sean Lewis has had a couple of saves to make. Dario Suarez has gone just wide of the target, and earlier in the game DeCosta had a wonderful opportunity that he put over the bar from close in. Ball chipped over the top there. Carlton looking for Conway. Vassell now with Adrian Dispay. Dispay clears the ball and that hits Conway in the face. He gets up with a smile on his face, which is always good when the ball hits you in the face. Have you been hit in the face when you played, you know, like that? The ball hits you inadvertently in the face?
A few times. It's never fun, especially when it's this cold. Sometimes take Conway's approach, you just get up quickly, try not to think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the voice of Anna Beffer alongside yours truly, Dave Saunders, here in the privileged position here for FC Tulsa on ESPN Plus as Gabby Torres overruns the ball. Welcome in wherever you are in the world listening to and watching this game. Also here locally in Tulsa on My 41, you are very welcome on this chilly night here in downtown Tulsa. Riley to Adams. Adams forward to Vassell. Vassell slips there. Johnny Fennick in closely in behind Vassell there. Here's Machuca. He's been dispossessed by Conway. Conway will run down the left-hand side. Machuca trying to chase back. Conway still with the ball here. Still with the ball. And Machuca does get back and defend. And that's really good play from Machuca. We were talking about that before the kickoff, about how it's important that in a game like this, the front three chase back and help out their defenders, Anna.
It is, and to his credit, those things don't always get noticed on the stat sheet, but it's that kind of extra person back defensively that helps. But FC Tulsa giving up a free kick here. It looks like the referee will go to his book. A reckless challenge goes to Johnny Fennick.
Well, interesting for me, Johnny Fennick, I think, we'll see on the replay, may not have committed a foul, but he kicked the ball away. Now, this is a very dangerous position. It's in the D, it's central. But I think the foul, we'll just have a look here. Maybe you're right, Anna, maybe it was, or no, the foul was from Malota. But you watch Johnny Fennick just after this. I think he kicks the ball away here. And the referee's gone to his book, gone to the book here for kicking the ball away, which is interesting when we've had all the fouls. But the result is FC Tulsa have a bit of an issue here because San Diego Loyal have the ball around about 19 or 20 yards. It's just a couple of yards outside the 18-yard box, and it's absolutely central. Important that Sean Lewis and the Wall do their job here, Anna.
It is, and this is a tough distance because you have to find a way to get the ball up and over that wall, but then back down in time to challenge Sean Lewis. But 4 players standing over the ball right now for San Diego Loyal, so it'll be interesting to see how they execute this play, but dead central.
And of course, the new rule says that nobody can be part of the defensive wall from the attacking team, but of course they can make a wall a couple of yards in front, which is exactly what the white shirts of San Diego Loyal have done here. FC Tulsa have a player lying on the ground if the wall jumps. Referee is just checking that there's no more shenanigans of pushing in the back. As you say, 4 San Diego Loyal players. Here it is now, Vassell, and that hits the head of Laban Maloto, who's gone down. And it's been one of those nights, the 3rd player to get the ball struck on his head, but FC Tulsa have defended that really, really well, but Maloto has taken one on his head.
They have, and that's a brave opportunity and play from FC Tulsa. Maloto specifically. Here's another look. The player on the ground to try to limit the ball from going under, but you see Maloto at the front of that wall takes the brunt of that free kick and immediately drops.
Yeah, it's been one of those nights, isn't it, where the ball must be heavier in the cold or something, because you know, 3 players, thankfully everybody's been okay. Of course there's concussion protocols and all sorts these days, but Vassell just not able to get the ball over the top of the wall. There's a little bit of a conference with the FC Tulsa players, and the referee's just talking to Charlie Adams, the captain. There is Mike Ensian, who must be pleased with Vukovic, his assistant there, with it being 0-0. Anna, and about right for you. I mean, 38th minute, it's pretty even, isn't it?
It is. The game's been pretty even, as you mentioned. San Diego Loyal, it's edged the possession a little bit. They've been looked more comfortable in the back, just playing the ball from side to side. But when they've had their moments offensively, FC Tulsa's done a good job defensively. They've stepped up in brave moments. Sean Lewis has had a couple of good saves. And as we alluded to earlier, just the working back from players like Machuca, those extra instances of effort and just team unity from FC Tulsa is what's going to make a difference tonight.
It's Mike Ensign just having to see if Label Maloto, his midfielder here, is going to be okay. Of course, Eric Bird is on the bench, who you would have thought would have been the replacement if there is going to be a replacement. Label Maloto has been taken to the far side of the field. You can just see at the top of your screen there. There is Landon Donovan. Almost needs no introduction, but Anna, great to have him here.
Definitely. I mean, very popular, regarded as one of the greatest U.S. soccer players in history. Some would say he obviously, his 19-year professional career, he has accomplishments domestically, internationally, and has really been the face of U.S. soccer for quite some time, but it's great to see him investing back into the USL with San Diego Loyal from a coaching perspective.
And I'd have to look up the year, but I remember him playing for Everton in the Premier League. Of course, he played for Bayern Munich as well, so a very highly respected player. Of course, Christian Pulisic playing his trade with Chelsea now, but back in the day, as we'll say, Landon Donovan, well respected in the English Premiership, and doing really well as a coach as well. I mean, obviously he's building not only the club on the field but off the field as well. It's very, very impressive.
Yeah, and San Diego Loyal really only in its third season after becoming an expansion team, and you mentioned their inaugural season in the USL in 2020, and they're coming off of their first ever playoff appearance. They ended up losing against San Antonio FC in the first round, but Landon Donovan really trying to set that standard and have them become one of those consistent playoff teams.
Yeah. Tremendous to have him here, and he's wearing the scarf proudly. Very proud of his club. And they're acquitting themselves very well here. It's been a good game, 0-0. There's been a few fouls, but nothing malicious, and I think both teams want to play the game in the right way. There's Bouchard now. Conway's gone down. Carlton's going to play on here, wearing the number 30 shirt down the left-hand side. Dispay with a tackle on him. Conway to Guido. Guido just overcooking that one with Jack Metcalf coming in from right back, and Sean Lewis with a goal kick. And we're playing the last 5 minutes here of the first half, and it's 0-0, and it's a much, much different game than the game we saw here on Saturday against Birmingham Legion FC, isn't it, Anna?
It definitely is. FC Tulsa against Birmingham Legion FC was almost trying to find success on the counter. They were absorbing that pressure and then trying to get wide and have those opportunities, and had 2 goals in that first half. And obviously in this game so far, neither team has been able to find the back of the net, so it'll be interesting to see how both coaches go into halftime and make necessary adjustments. But Dave, we've talked about it the entire first half. It's been pretty even all across the board, and FC Tulsa is going to have to find a little bit of creativity in the final third to break through the San Diego Loyal defense.
Martin, one of those defenders. Chewich battling away in the midfield. Here's Adams, the captain of the Californian side. Suarez is okay now. He wants a little bit more from the front runners here. Suarez chasing down Adams. They're trying to visibly, to me, put a little bit more of a high press, Anna, on this San Diego Loyal defense.
Yeah, and that's something to note, especially when one player goes. You saw Suarez kind of motioning with his arm with DaCosta. When one player goes, you need to have the runners behind you go with them, because if you don't, it just takes 1 or 2 passes to really pick apart that midfield. So that's why it's so important when one player presses, the others have to follow and squeeze collectively.
Peter Chewich has just given away a corner there. This will be the 3rd corner of the night for San Diego Loyal. But certainly Mike Ensign was applauding his front 3 there, who pressured the back 4, and that might be something we see a little bit more of in this game. As Charlie Adams comes across to take this corner. Adams first scored the first official goal for San Diego Loyal in San Diego Loyal history in the 1-1 draw versus Las Vegas Lights. Here he is into the box, and the referee spotted some pushing, I think by Conway, and it's going to be a free kick. And we've got 2.5 minutes of the 45 to be played. And then it's up to the referee, Kevin Broadley, to decide how much time will be added on. Of course, we had drama in the stoppage time at the end of the first and second half in the match on Saturday, with FC Tulsa managing to score in both of those time frames. DaCosta has fouled Adams there. Quick handshake and quickly underway with Kyle Adams here. Adams, Metcalf has pushed on. Here he is now. First time ball from him, given away. Petar Czuic read that extremely well. DaCosta flicks the ball on, thought Suarez was running down the left-hand side. Kyle Adams again with the ball, the tall Kiwi. Adams is shrugged off players in midfield. He's impressed me as the captain, the Englishman in the central midfield, and a little bit like Petar Czuic, doesn't give the ball away and can pick out a good pass.
Right, it's so important for teams to have that type of player where they don't always get the recognition they deserve, but really just linking up play and consistent in keeping possession and able to find their way out of tight spaces, and both of those players have been able to do that tonight.
FC Tulsa, as we said, will travel to Sacramento Republic in their next game as DaCosta goes down, no foul. Long ball here over the top. Marcel is there, but so is Sean Lewis. And then they will come back here to One Oak Field on the 2nd and 9th of April to play New York Red Bulls 2 and Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC respectively. As for San Diego Loyal, they will go next Saturday to Phoenix Rising FC before their game on Sunday, April the 3rd against El Paso Locomotive. So here's Elijah Martin. Conway. Now played the 45 minutes. Getting ahead of it. Here's Conway bringing the ball down here, slipping the ball through to Carlton. Carlton hits the back of Dispay, and there's Petar Czuic. We will have 4 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time enrolled today at tulsatech.edu. Now, Gabby Torres here, coming in with a challenge there on Jack Metcalf, and Torres will get a yellow card. So 2 of the back 4 for FC Tulsa on yellow cards. Is that a correct call for you, Anna, with the late challenge?
It happened quickly. Torres seems pretty adamant that there wasn't any contact there, but referee goes to the book, stopping a promising attack.
Again, it's some defending for FC Tulsa to do here. Everybody back. We're in Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Let's have a look at the replay.
Torres typically does a pretty good job of keeping his feet, but yeah, it's tough to see from that angle just how much contact happened, but referees seem to be in a good position.
And it's Charlie Adams who might swing this in with his left foot, or will it be Guido with his right? Guido's got both arms aloft here. Everybody back for FC Tulsa inside the 18-yard box. 2-man wall of Maloto and Suarez. Adams it is, swing it towards goal, and Sean Lewis has to make a double-handed save. Adams with the bluff there, going to goal when you thought he might have just swung that one in. Good save, Sean Lewis, that man in frame, had to be at his best again. Anna, here's the replay.
Yeah, Sean Lewis had to be on his toes. You mentioned it from that position, usually a cross, but Sean Lewis ready for that one, punches it up over the bar, strong hands, and a corner kick opportunity here for San Diego Loyal.
Who've got no fewer than 5 players in and around the penalty spot there. Cantor Riley closest to the goal. Here's Captain Adams towards Riley at the near post, and here's Suarez. Suarez forward. Elijah Martin finds Guido. Adams with a deft touch there. Moshabani was there as well, but Bradley Bouchoir has taken a knock to his ankle. Pachuca hasn't been able to get into the game too much in this first half. Last chance maybe. Guido's totally mishit that one. He looks down at the field, and it's going to be a goal kick, and it's 0-0, and we're playing stoppage time. And FC Tulsa have, at times been under threat, their goal, but they've defended pretty well in this first half.
They have. They've been well disciplined, and Sean Lewis has had to make a couple of big time saves to keep the game 0-0. But FC Tulsa in the second half, once they defend well and are able to stop the attack from San Diego Loyal, it's so important for them to look up and connect those passes and continue to build out of the back, because that's what's limiting them from their opportunities right now. They are able to defend properly, but then it's that next pass into transition to get into that offensive third.
The referee's stopping the play here, and he's just said that the free kick will be taken. He stopped his watch. We're playing the 4 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time here at the end of this first half here at One Oak Field. And now it's San Diego Loyal who pull everybody back. It's going to be Label Maloto who has recovered from that ball into his head. That's a great early ball, but he's offside. It's Rodrigo da Costa. Rodrigo da Costa just went too early there, and the assistant had his flag up, and that looked about right. We're a long way away from it, Anna, but he just looked offside, didn't he?
Yeah, he did good awareness initially just to try to get that quick start, but San Diego Loyal FC recognizing that, stepping up, and Rodrigo da Costa offside there for FC Tulsa.
0-0 the score. It's been an intriguing game, this one. Both sides wanting to play the game in the right way, getting the ball down on the deck and playing. And the referee, in fact, says that will do for the first half. 0-0 it is, and not without incident. And as we say, intriguing, but Anna, I guess you'd say about right at half-time.
I agree. I think the 0-0 score is reflective of that first half between these two sides. San Diego Loyal FC edging the possession a little bit. They looked comfortable in possession, trying to pick apart FC Tulsa's defense, but Mike Encian has to be pleased with the response from FC Tulsa. Defensively, they've looked pretty sound and disciplined. Sean Lewis has had to make a couple of big saves, but it'll be interesting to see in the second half how both teams come out and respond, because it's been a bit quiet, and obviously both teams coming in with the expectation to build off of their recent victories and get those 3 points.
Well, 3 points up for grabs it is. Half-time here, 0-0. Don't go away. We've got the Williams half-time show coming right up.
Rib Crib's been smoking the good stuff over 20 years, serving up mouth-watering barbecue, talking about slow-smoked classics like Rib Crib's famous ribs. Yeah. Hungry yet? Rib Crib.
At Williams, we're focused on adding new technology and operating practices that deliver right here, right now reductions in global emissions, cutting-edge emissions measuring and monitoring, certifiable and transparent emissions data, real-time energy optimization across the natural gas value chain, integration and delivery of the fuels of the future, meeting global energy demand and global climate goals. For us, this is just the beginning. Williams, we make clean energy happen.
Trust the local experts in career training. For more than 50 years, Tulsa Tech has been in your neighborhood. From high schools to our 6 campuses, we're ready to train you for the career of your dreams. Get the industry credentials to get paid with our hands-on training in everything from aerospace and automotive to health science and IT. Make this next year the best ever. And see how Tulsa Tech can help make your own path by calling 918-828-5000 or logging on to tulsatech.edu today.
Whoa, nice ride, brother. Thanks, man. Go check out Ferguson Kia. Get one for yourself.
So Ferguson Kia, huh?
Yes, sir. With their new lineup, they have something for every lifestyle.
Thanks, Sean. Remember, we've got what you're looking for.
Landon Donovan and his San Diego Loyal SC side are in Tulsa, but they can't score a goal here tonight. Neither can FC Tulsa. We're at 0-0. We're back with the Williams halftime show right after this.
I'm on that real tick. I'm on that real tick.
I mean, yeah, this time about
Stop it.
Today we're gonna go
Yo,
topics.
roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
San Diego Demon! What's the money? That's for a log! Crashing in! There it is! First of the year for San Diego!
And it's into the back of the net! El Paso
for a corner and a 10! What a goal! Are you watching Football Americas?
The Williams halftime show from downtown Tulsa. We haven't been able to give you a goal so far in the first half, but it's certainly been a very intriguing game. Let's see if there's been any goals around the country, and there certainly has. It finished New York Red Bulls 2-0, Lou City FC 2. New York Red Bulls will be here at One Oak Field next for FC Tulsa. It's finished Atlanta United 0, Tampa Bay Rowdies 3. 24 minutes gone, El Paso and Las Vegas at 0-0, and later on 9:30 Central Time will be Los Dos 2 against Rio Grande Valley FC. That gives us the standings as follows. FC Tulsa, you can see they're in 5th place. I think Lou City now, with that win, will go to 9 points to go top of the league, closely followed by Tampa Bay Rowdies, who will be on 7 points. It is a tough division, conference I should say, Anna, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I mean all of these quality teams, which is what makes this USL Championship so exciting, but that's what that win last week that FC Tulsa had against Birmingham Legion FC really helped them, just propel them into the conversation amongst these elite teams. They were able to get to the playoffs last year, but wanting to stay in this conversation with the top 4 or 5 teams. They lost to the Tampa Bay Rowdies last year in the playoffs. You see them just ahead of FC Tulsa, but you mentioned it, Dave, a lot of good competition, a lot of teams still trying to find their rhythm, but it'll be interesting to see how these teams play out as the season continues to go on, and you see there the top 7 ultimately making the playoffs.
Yep, 14 teams in the whole conference. Let's have a look now at the team of the week, and very significant it is for players in this game, because in goal, Koki Vegas, of course, is here between the pipes for San Diego Loyal SC, I should say, and of course for FC Tulsa, Torres and Rivas. Rivas away on Salvadorian duty, but great for them. And also, of course, Sean Lewis on the bench for FC Tulsa, Anna.
Yeah, great showing tonight. A lot of talent on the teams, obviously, is evidenced by this Team of the Week. But Gabby Torres, kind of a standout player for FC Tulsa since he's joined the team, just putting in a lot of miles on that wing. And then Joaquin Rivas with the goal converted a penalty kick that proved to be the game winner in FC Tulsa's win against Birmingham Legion FC. And then we've already seen the capabilities of Coqui Vegas, the goalkeeper for San Diego Loyal FC, a well-earned spot on that Team of the Week.
And well done to Las Vegas Lights Trejo for being the player of the week. Let's have a look now at the upcoming schedule, and we've already alluded to it, and haven't we? Every single game this season is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, definitely. And San Diego Loyal FC beating Sacramento Republic FC 2-0 last weekend, and that will be FC Tulsa's next opponent. But then they face the New York Red Bulls too, and the games just continue to become more important and more challenging. And FC Tulsa ready and willing to compete in each and every one of these games, and that's something that Mike Ensian talked about earlier in the week. All of these games are important. It's still earlier in the season, but every point counts, especially when playoffs are what's at stake.
Certainly is. A point apiece at halftime here at the moment, but of course after 90 minutes we shall see. Is the 3 points going to go to FC Tulsa or San Diego, or will we have indeed a draw? We'll take another break. We'll be back with the rest of the Williams halftime show right after this.
Tulsa Bone and Joint is Northeast Oklahoma's one-stop shop for orthopedic care and now features outpatient joint replacement surgeries at Union Pines Surgery Center. Dr. Jason Griffin of Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as the team physician for FC Tulsa. Since 2018, Dr. Griffin has provided his medical expertise both on the field and in the clinic to FC Tulsa players. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to be the official orthopedic care provider for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
This is a city that is being run like a startup.
I think it's a remote mecca that's in the ground stages.
Everything that I do for fun in DC, I was also able to do here, but it was way more accessible.
I got here and was fully impressed.
The city is genuinely welcoming of new people and new ideas.
We have to start realizing there's other places to live besides just the East Coast and West Coast.
Welcome back into One Oak Field. Today's match is brought to you by Tulsa Remote. Tulsa Remote is looking for great people to join our community. Tell your friends out of state to check out Tulsa. And by Rib Crib, smoking the good stuff since '92. And by Foxy Tacos, fast and fresh Tex-Mex on Tulsa's historic Cherry Street. 0 the score, as we said. It's been a very intriguing game with Landon Donovan's San Diego SC side up against Mike Ensian's FC Tulsa. And we will take a look at some first half highlights now with Anna, and Lewis had to be in action early on.
Yeah, Sean Lewis has been pretty busy since that first whistle blew. And San Diego Loyal have been really threatening offensively, and Sean Lewis having to come up with a couple of big saves early. Great ball in across the face of goal, and Sean Lewis having to bring that one in, get good hands early. FC Tulsa has ultimately been pretty sound defensively. They've tried to stay disciplined, But when they get quickly in transition, these are the moments that they have to take advantage of, and Dario Suarez has the capability to score these types of goals from distance. So if San Diego Loyal gives him that time and space, these type of situations can happen, but he's just not able to get that one on frame. And goalkeeper Koki Vegas happy that one goes wide. But here's another opportunity here from San Diego Loyal FC, a brave performance from that wall. That was Maloto there that took the initial brunt of that free kick, denied, and then Sean Lewis here with an excellent save. This ball played in. This was one of those moments where it could have been a cross, but Sean Lewis had to be on his toes, pops that one up over the bar, keeping the score level heading into halftime.
And the first half stats, we can see the possession, the lion's share of it anyway, goes to the away sider.
Yeah, from the get-go, San Diego Loyal has been pretty comfortable in possession, and it's not always going forward, Dave. Sometimes they just go side to side, comfortable in keeping the ball and just waiting for that opportunity to open up as they shift FC Tulsa. But as we saw in the highlights, they've stayed strong defensively, had to make a few good saves, but when they have possession, when they can take care of the ball, they have to get forward. As you can see, that shots on target statistic is 0 right now, and they have to change that if they're going to get on the scoreboard.
As far as we can see, Anna, no changes. If you are Landon Donovan or Mike Ensign, is this one of those games when you're just going to leave it as long as you possibly can, you know, before you make any substitutions, or do you try to freshen things up maybe on the hour mark?
It'll be fun to see because both teams missing a few players with injuries or international duties and just trying to settle into this game, and both teams have done well in the first half, but I think you're right, in the second half they might be looking to the bench for a bit of a spark. You see Johnny Finnick trying to fire his FC Tulsa side up, but might be just a moment of creativity because both teams have had spells of good quality possession where they're trying to move the opposition around. But that lack of creativity in the final third, making those crisscrossing runs, really pulling the defense apart and challenging the goalkeeper. Sean Lewis has had his fair share of saves so far this evening, but if from an FC Tulsa perspective, have to get someone like him, Brian Brown, on the ball more, creating in that final third with more shots on target to ultimately challenge goalkeeper Koki Vegas if they're going to get points on the board.
What I can tell you is FC Tulsa have just made a substitution very late on. There, Eric Bird on the ball right now has just come on. Lebo Maloto not able to continue. Long ball forward, looking for Brian Brown. Riley wins the header. Kyle Adams will clear. Here's Gabby Torres, one of 2 FC Tulsa players booked in the first half. Here's Suarez, who had perhaps the best opportunity for Mike Ensign's men. Suarez again runs into Riley. And now Mushabeni to Vassell. Vassell is tackled by Fennick, and then there's a challenge from Vassell, and that will be a free kick. Vassell is a very interesting character, 28 years old. He was born in Milton Keynes in the UK, signed from Cheltenham Town, and he also played for Blackpool amongst other teams. Played in the 2017 League 2 playoff final at Wembley Stadium. He's had a few different clubs, but he's come over to San Diego to play his trade now. Carl Vassell, experienced player leading the line. 0-0 the score. We played just a minute of the second half. Welcome back to One Oak Field from your place of watching this game. And here is Jack Metcalf wearing 4, the right back. Threads a good ball down the right hand side to Andrew Carlton here. Low ball in, away by Fennick. Here's Adams, Guido, those two have linked up well in the midfield. Elijah Martin, and he goes down that left hand side. Conway just couldn't keep possession of the football. Here is Adrian Dispay. Eric Bird, vastly experienced of course, coming on alongside Peter Chewich. That for me will be an interesting one to have a look how those two link up. We'll come to that in a moment. Here is Gabby Torres, Suarez, Da Costa, Chewich in the blue boots. I'm going to go back here to Johnny Fennick's orange boots. Now here's Dispay. Chewich again, who often fills in the back line. He is a defensive midfield player, of course. Maybe Eric Bird might be going forward a little bit more. DaCosta with a very intelligent first-time ball. Metcalf's back there and has to clear, and that was a really intelligent ball from the Brazilian DaCosta, Anna Beffa.
It was, and FC Tulsa playing very patiently around the back, but that ball from DaCosta forces San Diego Loyal to turn their backs and remember that they have the capability to play those quick balls and gives them a little something extra to think about.
Chance, Brian Brown inside the box. Here he is, shoots across goal and off the line by Elijah Martin. Somehow Brown got a shot in and it seemed to travel an awful long way. And the referee's given a free kick here. That was the closest FC Tulsa have come to a goal.
Yeah, Brian Brown showing some strength there, gets a shot off. Here's another look at the replay. In some traffic, was able to turn and twist, but that ball saved across on the goal line before Suarez and Machuca try to follow up on that opportunity. But FC Tulsa very close to having the first goal in this game.
Yeah, Elijah Martin it was. He seemed to take an absolute edge. Here's Brown. Machuca gets a little push in the back there, and the assistant and the referee combining there to say free kick to FC Tulsa. Quick comment on Eric Bird alongside Petar Chewich. We haven't seen that combination, and it'll be interesting to see how they are in the middle of the park for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, it will be. They're both very similar style players. They're both hard workers in the midfield, defend really well, break up play, but Chewich has shown that he has a great eye in distribution and has been able to spring some players in offensively for FC Tulsa. And Eric Bird, similarly, we've seen moments where he has the capability to score as well. So both players with kind of similar styles but different elements that they can really complement each other. So it'll be fun to see in this second half how Coach Mike Ensian uses them there in the midfield.
Guido out to the left-hand side, gets it back in field now. Temperature now just barely above 40 degrees. Here's Adams. Riley. Martin, who had that spectacular goal line clearance just a moment ago. Machuca's working hard to get into this game. He's been shut down very, very quickly by the visitors here today. Bradley Bourgeois, the captain, with the throw-in. Trying to find Brown. Away by Guido. Good header from Dispay. Ball loose in the midfield, picked up by Adams. Adams will play it here to fellow Englishman Metcalf. Here's Guido. Now good play from Machuca there, and he's won a throw-in. In fact, it did come off Machuca. It's going to be a throw-in for Elijah Martin for San Diego Loyal here. Adams to Adams. Ball cleared by Koki. Header forward, looking for Vassell. Good challenge by Fennick. And good play from Bourgeois here, just managing to get something on the ball there. Eric Bird on his second half substitute, up towards Brian Brown. Close attention from Kyle Adams. And in the midfield is the number 6, Charlie Adams. Here's Peter Chewich. Chewich again. Forward, finds a little pocket of space for DaCosta. DaCosta will switch the play here, looking for Brian Brown. Easy catch for Koki. And it remains 0-0, 52 minutes gone, but you'd say a little bit better possession from the home side, Anna, who we know are up against a very good side who like to possess the ball in San Diego Loyal, but a bit better from Mike Ensian's men.
I agree. These first few minutes of the second half have just been more positive, I believe, in their approach. Brian Brown had that opportunity early on goal, wasn't able to find the back of the net, but just getting higher up the pitch and getting more numbers high with that positive possession, because they'd had moments where they were able to keep possession, but it was defensive and it was more negative. And so now they're trying to get more players in the final attack with overlapping runs from players like Torres, getting Eric Bird involved, and that's what you want to see as the second half develops.
Fans, don't miss out on any of the FC Tulsa action this season. Secure your season tickets, mini plans, or single match tickets today at fctulsa.com/tickets. 54th minute, 0-0. Not much between these two sides in this out-of-conference game. Carlton being asked to retreat by the referee. Fennick to Petar Ciuc, looking to find the Honduran Machuca. Machuca's come out with the ball here and then quickly shut down by Guido. And away it goes. Eric Bird, Bradley Bourgeois, Bird again, back to Bourgeois. Bourgeois just trying to create himself a little bit of space. He's not got a lot to work in. He does well to shrug off the attentions of the white-shirted players, and then Machuca's offside. And there's a player down, I think it's Elijah Martin, but there's not a lot of room to play in, is there? Again, credit the opposition. They close down FC Tulsa's very quickly.
They do. They squeeze down quickly in numbers. They're very organized. When one pressures, they soon have one after covering. Here's another look at the replay. Tough to see quickly from that angle, but referee standing there to call Machuca offside, and a player down here for San Diego Loyal.
Machuca, by the way, who scored the third goal in the 3-1 win in that injury time against Birmingham Legion FC, became only the second FC Tulsa player to score on his debut, and he is the second Honduran to do that too. So congratulations to him, and he got the start today. Of course, FC Tulsa without the two El Salvador players, Ronald Rodriguez and Joaquin Rivas. Good luck to them as they look to continue their qualification for their country. They have to win pretty much everything now. Free kick for Sell was fouled. Again, pressure now on the FC Tulsa goal, and Sean Lewis here. They've defended pretty well, Anna, so far, any set piece that San Diego Loyal have put before them tonight, haven't they, FC Tulsa?
They have. They've been disciplined. Sean Lewis has come up when he's expected to and made good saves, but it just takes one moment, so they'll have to continue that here with a good opportunity. It looks like Adams might take this one.
Adams with his right arm off. Guido's there as well. Guido just dinks the ball into the box, and there's good play from Bradley Bourgeois back there. And it is Dario Suarez that comes away with the ball, chips the ball down the left-hand side, looking for DaCosta. DaCosta was fouled by Conway on halfway. Fouls again mounting up, and in fact Conway does go into the book, the first player in a white shirt to be booked tonight. DaCosta just getting some space on the left-hand side. 0-0 the score. Hasn't been, a malicious game, is it, Anna? I mean, it's just fouls have mounted up and the referee has to go to the book.
Right, no, it hasn't at all. It's been a good competitive game. You said it, nothing too malicious. All good intentions, just players battling it out all over the field, but referee's gone to the book when deemed necessary. Johnny Fennick will restart this one for FC Tulsa.
And it looks like Landon Donovan is going to make 3 substitutions for San Diego Loyal all at one time. Johnny Fennick gets it back from DaCosta. Fennick has to go back to Sean Lewis. Lewis out of his area, clears left-footed up towards the head of Brian Brown. Adams heads it forward. DaCosta tries to bring the ball down, plays it out to Machuca. Machuca's gone down under pressure from Elijah Martin, and now we're at 2-2 in yellow cards. Machukas found it hard to get into the game, Anna, but he's not for the want of trying.
No, he's tried to make good runs. He's in open spaces, as you can see, doing his best to create himself a bit of space, but gets fouled there. But yeah, he's been a bit quiet. He had a moment in the first half where he did well 1v1, but San Diego Loyal's done a good job of really limiting his touches. And you see there at half field, the substitutions awaiting their moment to come in, but they'll have to wait a bit longer, it looks like.
Free kick, and it looks like, if my eyes don't deceive, Kembo Kibato, who is an energetic midfielder, signed after a season-long loan last season from RGV. Free kick, Rodrigo da Costa with it. The line is very high from San Diego here. There's the ball over the top. Here's Dispay at the far post and away, and it's going to be a corner. Vassell conceding the corner. No offside flag. The line was extremely high, Anna, but they seem to get it right, did FC Tulsa, with their runs.
Yeah, it was very high. Good run on that left side from Dispay, and a thoughtful ball. He's trying to play that back across the face of goal one time, but good defending from San Diego Loyal SC as Dario Suarez with the corner kick here.
With every white shirt back inside the 18-yard box, still those three subs wait to come on. Referee's talking to Dispay and Conway about pushing and shoving. Here's the corner from Suarez. Goes short here to Gabby Torres, and that hits the referee, and that will be stopped. And to be fair to the referee, it was an unusual corner, but normally officials, well, who be an official, get out the way. Now, the San Diego Loyal players are saying that they want the ball here. Interesting one here, Anna.
Yeah, here's another look. It's tough to see, but the referee, in his mind, was seeing every piece of that play. He did not see Gabby Torres coming up from behind him, and it was just too late to get out of the way. And it looks like substitution will be made here during this stoppage as the referee decides how to restart this game.
Yeah, and you know, we need an expert here, but in my interpretation, the team possessing the ball get to have the ball again, but I might be wrong on that. Kembo Kibato has come on for FC Tulsa. Mushabani makes way for San Diego Loyal, and it looks like Vassell will be coming off as well as Jack Metcalf. So a triple substitution. Nick Moon has come on. Nick Moon, no stranger to this field, having played for Indy 11. So a bit of a shuffle here. Also coming on, Colin Martin into the midfield. And Da Costa has possession but has to go back. Ball driven in, away by Adams. The third substitution coming on is Thomas Amang, a very quick and trusty winger. Nick Moon has gone to right back, the 25-year-old. Here's Martin. Having to go back here to Riley. Just wonder whether they're pushing Nick Moon on here, Annabeffa, and they've gone to three at the back here.
Yeah, you might be right. San Diego Loyal SC just trying to push players forward a bit more, get an extra man in that attack as we continue to get closer to the end of this game. 30 minutes or so left. Both teams with that final push just trying to make something happen and get some points on the board.
There's a foul in the midfield by Carlton on Rodrigo da Costa. Been wrong before when I've said this, but it could be just one goal wins this game, but you never know. It could be a flurry of goals. There's plenty of talent on this field. Here's Dispay. Da Costa Johnny Fennick. Certainly you could argue it's 3 at the back in attack, but certainly when you defend, Nick Moon's back there, right back in a back 4. Charlie Adams in the centre circle. Martin. 2 Martins on the field now. Elijah Martin feeds it down the left-hand side with the outside of his foot into the box. There's Guido, but Sean Lewis collects that one and bowls it out here to Gabby Torres. Torres now advances towards the halfway line. 63 minutes played here at One Oak Field, 0-0. The first ever meeting between these two in the first of 4 out-of-conference games. Each team will play 4 away from home and 4 at home. FC Tulsa will get the second one, as we said, in the first half away against Sacramento Republic on Saturday. DaCosta. Kembo Kibato, as we said, bundles of energy. Peter Chewich. Ball into the box, Adams leaves it. And the temperature dropping all the time. And Fox 23 weather report says we're currently at 43 degrees. Here's Camden Riley. I don't think it'll affect the players too much, Anna. I mean, when you've been out there, what, for over an hour, I know you've had the half-time break as well, but those players will be warmed up now. They won't be worried about the cold.
No, at that point they've probably kind of grown numb to it and thankful that there's not too much wind to go along with that cold.
As we said, a few players in gloves. Johnny Fennick just shrugging off Thomas Amang there. Dispay. Sliding challenge coming in from Carlton, who's acquitted himself very well in this game. Colin Martin. Elijah Martin now. So we've got 2 Martins, 2 Adams on the field for San Diego Loyal SC. Here's Bradley Bourgeois. Eric Bird. Eric Bird driving down the right-hand side here. Chips the ball into the box. It's a good one. Kembo Kibato there. The ball came over the top of his shoulder. DaCosta said there was a big push in the box. Referee saying nothing doing. Kibato there. Well, we'll maybe have a look at the replay here just to see whether he was trying an overhead kick here, Anna, or, you know, was there a push, as DaCosta said?
Yeah, Bird did well, just to accelerate quickly, gets his head up, plays a dangerous ball in. But Kembo Kibato in an awkward position going up to head that ball, not able to get that back on frame. There might have been a bit of contact before, but referee says not enough.
Nick Moon winning the throw off Gabby Torres. Martin to Riley. Martin takes over the story here, wearing 17 on as a second half substitution. 1 of 3 all at once made by the away side. Guido slips. Wow, I thought Dispay didn't commit a foul, but the referee's a lot closer than I am. Free kick. Dave Saunders, Nana Beffa with you here. 0-0 the score. Thanks for your company here on ESPN Plus and also My 41 here in Tulsa. Welcome in anybody listening in from San Diego. We welcome you too, fans around the world, supporting their USL Championship teams. Driving run down the left-hand side from Guido, outside of his foot, headed away by Dispay, straight to Colin Martin, brings in Elijah Martin, striding forward now. Down the left-hand side is Conway to Martin. Martin now to Adams. Adams switches the play. Underneath this is Gabby Torres, who heads it away. It's going to be a corner, the 5th of the night for San Diego here, and again FC Tulsa will need to be at their best defending this corner, Anna, because the stakes are getting higher with 23 minutes left in this game.
They definitely will. They have to stay switched on defensively, find their marker, hold their zone, and Sean Lewis has to be commanding in the box as well, own that 6-yard box.
Certainly will. The man in red, there's the captain, Adams, with the left foot towards the far post. There's Bradley Bourgeois with a good header away. Bourgeois didn't, well, the referee I thought was going to say there wasn't a foul, and then he changes his mind. So again, a free kick. Bradley Bourgeois can't believe it's been given, and it's going to be another free kick, and this one not too far away from the side of the box here, Anna. It's always an awkward angle, this, isn't it? But you wonder whether, you know, Guido might just try to maybe catch Sean Lewis out here, or will it be a chip towards the penalty spot? It's one of those awkward ones, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Earlier they tried to catch Sean Lewis off guard, or they could pull this back to the top of the box or back post. A lot of options here, but FC Tulsa has to stay focused.
With coming up 69 minutes play, Guido goes short here to Elijah Martin. He chips one towards the far post, but that's up on the grassy bank over there where the families have got their blankets. I'm sure they're sitting on a blanket. They're also wrapped up in a blanket tonight. Saturday was a lot warmer and a lot of families were out there. Of course, midweek game brings in a slightly different crowd. Brian Brown's working hard up front. You just wonder whether maybe JJ Williams comes on up with Brian Brown or replaces Brian Brown, you know, a bit more height up top, but it's one of those games where it's difficult for the coaches to change things around too much, Anna, with it being so tight with this 0-0 at the moment. Here's Guido coming forward. Dispay sticks out a right leg. It's had a good game at the back for me, for FC Tulsa. Conway up against two. Comes off Bourgeois, who will save it from going out for the corner. Be a throw into San Diego Loyal FC. Dispay's done well at the back, Anna.
Yeah, Dispay's had a good game for me. He's been very calm in the back and played out of the back quickly. Strong central defender for FC Tulsa and a good addition to this home side. And it looks like it'll actually be a corner kick here. Adams will take this one again for San Diego Loyal SC.
Into the box, and it's headed just over. I think inadvertently it hits the player there and goes over. I think it was Conway there, and I think it just flicked off someone else's head. We'll see here, Anna. Did it come to Conway too quickly?
Yeah, great ball played in with a lot of pace on it. I think you're exactly right. Looked like it hit Conway on the shoulder. Just goes up and over that bar. Sean Lewis will be pleased that Conway didn't connect with his head on that one.
Referee, and a lot of conversation there with Captain Bradley Bourgeois. We're going to get JJ Williams actually coming on, and it will be for Brian Brown. That's a familiar swap that we're used to seeing. So JJ Williams, the number 7, 6'3" sign from Birmingham Legion, scoring 5 times for Birmingham Legion last season. And he will be a slightly bigger presence for Messrs Adam and Riley to deal with. Of course, he signed from Birmingham Legion and then was up against his old teammates in the home opener here on Saturday, getting the better of his former teammates, of course, in that 3-1 win. 0-0 here. San Diego Loyal SC have won their first 2 games, scoring 2 goals each time. Here's a man. Go round 2. Gabby Torres is there with him. Gabby Torres goes to ground, but it's just a throw-in. It's a good battle between those two. Among the Cameroonian, signed from Colorado Springs, switchback. SC started his pro career in Norway. Is Nick Moon. Nick Moon, who played twice here last season for Indy 11. Now here's Guido, who's had another good game. Still with the possession of the football, brings in his left back, Elijah Martin. His left-footed ball is towards the far post, and there's Sean Lewis with a catch which was unchallenged. Of course, as the game goes on, Annie, you just don't want to make a mistake, and both of these teams know how important it is at 0-0. One goal could win it. You just don't want to make that mistake.
No, you're exactly right. And both teams with the caliber of players who can punish in those positions if mistakes are made, and both teams well aware of that, have to stay disciplined, have to stay switched on. And that includes fouls as well, Dave. You have to be mindful of when you go into tackles. Keep your players face up, keep them standing up. There's no need to foul around the box, because opportunities like this can happen where San Diego Loyal SC will have the chance to play another ball in, and referee.
Yeah, he's given Eric Bird a yellow card down in the corner there. Kembo Kubato is just holding on to the ball there. Bird, who came on at the start of the second half for Lebo Maloto, commits the foul, becomes the third FC Tulsa player to get a yellow card tonight. We say again, it's not been a malicious game. There is Eric Bird, who's had to be content with a place on the bench. Missed the first game at Charleston Battery, was on the bench with the Birmingham Legion game, and will get 45 minutes in this game. Free kick again. Adams and Carlton over this one. Plenty of white shirts in and around the box. Everybody back for FC Tulsa. Sean Lewis punches away. There's a challenge header there from Martin. FC Tulsa have cleared it somewhat. Adams loops the ball back. Dispay cleverly heading back to Lewis, who does well to foil the danger and bowl it out to Johnny Fennick. Johnny Fennick down the line here to Gabby Torres. He goes down under pressure there from Carlton. And we've played 74.5 minutes here, and we're still await the first goal of the night. Dispay, one of the reasons why it's 0-0. Both defences have played really well. We have had goalmouth action. FC Tulsa have had a shot cleared off the line. Sean Lewis has made some good saves. Chewich, Dispay. It's a little nudge in the back there. Plays a ball over the top, and that'll be easy to go through to Koki. Fans, head to the FC Tulsa app to vote for tonight's man of the match. You can download the FC Tulsa app on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Voting closes at the final whistle. Dario Suarez is in a little bit of trouble here. The assistant saying that he was pushing into Elijah Martin there. Don't think the referee's going to give a card here, Anna.
Doesn't look like it. Just a little bit of a talking to, trying to keep this game under control, as he's done a pretty good job so far this evening.
0-0 the score, 15 minutes left. Is there going to be more drama here at One Oak Field that we have become accustomed to in the last few home games, last season and this season? Here's Gabby Torres chipping the ball into the box. Here's Suarez on the far post, and Suarez has scored! There is late drama here. Torres with the assist. Dario Suarez with his right foot beats Koki. And with 76 minutes gone here at One Oak Field, FC Tulsa 1, San Diego Loyal SC 0.
It took about 76 minutes to break the deadlock, but Gabby Torres with an unbelievable ball to that back post, and Dario Suarez, the one-time finish, does a great job. Just a simple in-step volley. He just has to connect. He doesn't have to generate a lot of power. But Gabby Torres, what a great ball. Over the back line, forces the back line to turn. And Suarez just out of reach of goalkeeper Koki Vegas, and that's the difference maker so far for FC Tulsa.
And that is a very difficult skill, Anna Bever, isn't it? When the ball's coming to you like that over the shoulder of a defender, as Calvin Fodry comes in at the expense of Carlton. That's a difficult skill, Anna, isn't it? When the ball comes over the shoulder like that and you volley it in as he did, his first of the season. Great technique.
It was excellent technique, and you mentioned it, but in traffic too, you don't know if that ball is going to make it all the way through or where it's going to land, and he was trying to track it all the way in, and it was a really long ball from Gabby Torres on that left side, and for Dario Suarez to follow that all the way to his foot and place it the way he did, just tucked in that far post. Excellent piece of skill.
Nick Moon's run out of field there. Now, if you're Mike Ensign and FC Tulsa, do you shut up shop, go for the 1-0 win, Anna, or do you go for the second one? And obviously, if you're San Diego loyal, you've got to keep continuing going forward, possessing the ball and creating some problems for FC Tulsa's defence. Intriguing 12 minutes we've got here.
You know, Dave, I'd expect San Diego Loyal SC to continue to press. They have to get a goal now. They're chasing this game a bit, and if you're FC Tulsa and Mike Ensign, you have players like Gabby Torres who had been getting into the attack, kind of creating that extra man in the attack. They might play a bit more conservative in that regard, but then you have players like J.J. Williams that can be a target when you're trying to go forward.
Here's a low ball into box. Is there an immediate reply? Chewich is there to clear the ball. J.J. Williams is there with Kyle Adams. Kyle Adams has played that one out, but it is a throw, and it came off Williams. Now the pace of the game really increasing. FC Tulsa want the throw, and they've got the throw in. I don't know if you heard the bagpipes playing there as FC Tulsa scored, and one of my good friends, David Bishop, tuning in from Florida, he is a Scotsman. He heard those over the airwaves. So David, well done. Yes, we do believe we have bagpipes in the stadium celebrating FC Tulsa's goal. They lead by a 1-0, and we've got just over 10 minutes to play. What will happen in these 10 minutes? FC Tulsa, of course, will try to slow the game down. Chewich to Johnny Fennick. To be fair, Torres is a long way forward and he's playing at left back, so FC Tulsa are not sitting back on their lead. Here's Dispay, that's over the top of Williams. Now it's a slightly awkward back pass. Koki in a bit of trouble here, under pressure from Da Costa. Da Costa forces Koki out. Good pressure from the Brazilian there, Anna.
It was. He saw the opportunity where Koki Vegas had to turn his back and play an uncomfortable pass out of bounds, ultimately just to clear the danger. But FC Tulsa still putting some pressure offensively. And Dave, FC Tulsa did a good job last week against Birmingham Legion FC. We've talked about it, closing out that game and being able to hold off and absorb that pressure from Birmingham Legion FC. And they'll have to do something similar here in these last 10 minutes. And that's a skill that will really carry over as the season develops, being able to stay disciplined and close out these tight matches.
FC Tulsa looking to make another substitution here. Here's Elijah Martin with his right foot, bangs the ball up towards halfway. Kibato has just done a slightly loose pass there. Gabby Torres intelligently back to Lewis. Lewis clears. Underneath this is Bouchois. The substitute, Fodry, with the header. FC Tulsa will bring on Matias Silva, and Rodrigo da Costa it is who makes way. We'll see where Matias Silva will come on. Silva, the former Hartford Athletic and Swope Park Rangers and Reno 1868 25-year-old, is going to go into the back, and I would suggest, Anna, it's now 3 at the back, or arguably 5 in a fairly defensive move.
Agreed. You have those 3 center backs just really compacting as the spine of the defense, and then those 2 outside wingers have the opportunity to go forward, but I'd imagine here in these last few minutes they stay a bit more conservative.
82 minutes gone here. FC Tulsa with the lead. Dario Suarez with the goal. Kyle Adams goes down. Referee's given a foul there. The goal timed at 77 minutes. Charlie Adams banging the ball forward now. Only Fenwick with some contact there with Conway, who switched from the left to the right. Fenwick's had a pretty good game back there, Anna.
He has. He's had a lot of opportunities where he's been one-on-one defending, and for the most part has had very intelligent plays, been spot on his tackles, and had a solid game next to Dispay. Those two have had a good performance.
Of course, Johnny Fenwick having to step up with Ronald Rodriguez, we say again, on international duty. So it had to be a reshuffled back four. That's a great tackle from Kembo Kibata, which is what you want in the 83rd minute. That ball will stay in. Kibata with Riley. Kibata's still got the ball here. Kibata now tries a little back heel to get Torres in. Nick Moon's back there. Moon on as the second half substitute, finds another substitute, Colin Martin here. Martin weighing 17. Ball from him down the left-hand side. Bouchoir's there. Bouchoir wins the ball. Sliding challenge from Bouchoir, I was going to say, but he stood on his feet. Ball down the right-hand side, and that one stays in for Kyle Adams. And now it goes out. Here's Colin Martin. 83.5 minutes gone. Camden, Riley, San Diego Loyal, of course, still believing that they can get back on level terms here. Again, they are dominating possession to around about 60-40. Elijah Martin coming forward as he has to from left back now. Dario Suarez with the challenge. JJ Williams, the only FC Tulsa player anywhere near the front line. Adams. Martin again. Good ball into the box. I say good ball, it actually ended up outside of the 18-yard box, but they still have the ball, do the visitors here. 1-2, Nick Moon. Nick Moon now has got round the defender. Nick Moon into the box, tries to pull it back. Fenwick with another good challenge back there. And then Torres clears the ball now. Williams, can he get in there? Good sliding challenge from Adams. Had to get that one right. Adams did really well there, Anna.
Yeah, he did. That was a real goal-scoring opportunity if Williams gets in behind, and Adams timed that perfectly, tracked back, followed the runner, and able to deny that quick counter for FC Tulsa.
Colin Martin switches to play. Chested down. Back here to Elijah Martin. Quick ball into the box. Ball is loose just for a moment, then whacked away by Adrian Dispay. Nobody up at all for FC Tulsa as they hang on to this 1-0 slender lead. 5 minutes to go, the 90. And they can take a little bit of time out now with the throw-in with Bradley Bouchoir, and there's a player down. I'm trying to see, I think it's Adrian Dispay there, and I think it's a bit of cramp. Referee, of course, will add the time on. And if you're an FC Tulsa fan, Anna, you don't want a lot of time added on, but you've got to feel it's, with all the substitutions and this injury and 1 or 2, you know, the goal celebration, that it's possibly already 3 or 4 minutes on the stoppage time board at the end of this one.
Right, referee definitely keeping track in these last 5 or potentially 10 minutes, depending on the stoppage time. Could feel a whole lot longer if you're an FC Tulsa fan.
So quick turnaround for FC Tulsa, who will, as we said, go to Sacramento Republic for their next game. Dispay, of course, has to come off the field and go to the halfway line, so now Pete Penechuich will go into that back line alongside substitute Matthias Silva and Johnny Fenwick. Add to that Bradley Bouchoir and Gabby Torres, and you have the kind of back 5, but then Silva's pushing them all up. That goes through to Koki. Clock ticks over to 86.5. Only JJ Williams up there now. FC Tulsa really sitting in here with their 5-4-1. Dispay wants to come back onto the field. He's still, FC Tulsa temporarily down to 10. There's a ball into the box. Torres gets some kind of a flicked header, but finishes up with to the feet of Nick Moon. Torres is too good to give away the corner there. Now Dispay is back onto the field. Mike Ency is not happy with the officials not letting his injured player come back onto the field. Corner, Charlie Adams again from the right-hand side. 2.5 minutes of the 90 left. Adams to the far post. There's a header away by Bouchois. Colin Martin will find Captain Adams. Low ball into the box, away. FC Tulsa will push the lineup, and again, Anna, they defended that pretty well there, did FC Tulsa?
They did. The one-time clearance away. They're tracking well, but not out of the woods yet.
Guido's ball to the back of the box again. Charlie Adams up against Kembo Kibato. Kibato's done really well there and has won the throw-in for FC Tulsa. Didn't commit the foul. And again, precious time could be taken off the clock if you are an FC Tulsa fan. There's Kibato and Moon, two substitutes that came on in the second half. Gabby Torres, team of the week last week, and a beautiful assist today for Dario Suarez. It really was a sweet ball in, wasn't it, from Gabby Torres?
It was a good first touch. He allowed himself to get his head up and kind of survey where his players were. Picked out Dario Suarez on that back post, and just an excellent ball where Suarez didn't have to do a lot of work.
Moon to the back post, headed down. Is there a chance here? Adams. Tackle from Suarez. Ball loose inside the box. That's going to go through to Sean Lewis. And again, he can take his time. And again, FC Tulsa standing firm. 1 minute of the 90 to go. Lewis clears the ball, looking for JJ Williams. He's there with Adams. And Adams has brought down Williams. And this will be really good respite for the FC Tulsa defence. Anna, and a chance for a ball either to go into the corner or a shot on goal. It's slightly far out, isn't it?
Yeah, it gives FC Tulsa a chance to take a breather. They've been defending really hard the last few minutes against the continued pressure from San Diego Loyal SC, but it'll be interesting to see if Coach Mike Ency wants this ball in the corner just to continue to shave those precious seconds off of the clock. It looks like they will go that route, FC Tulsa keeping players back conservatively.
Does go into the corner. JJ Williams goes around one, still with the ball. Williams now into the box. It didn't come as far as Suarez. Picked up by Bird. Chewich still controls the ball, plays it wide, looking for Williams. Elijah Martin steps in. Bird wins it back. Now Williams has given it away. We will have 5 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time as there's a clash in the box, and the referee says that will be an FC Tulsa free kick. 5 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Enroll today at tulsatech.edu. 1-0. FC Tulsa are leading this game.
Looks like a yellow card awarded to Mateus Silva on that last play. And Sean Lewis will restart this one.
From the edge of his box. As we say, 5 minutes to be added on here. Is there more in store in this game? Suarez nearly picked the pocket there of Camden Riley. Ball loose again. Here is Riley. Riley to Moon. Colin Martin switches the play, raking ball to the left-hand side. Suarez tries to win that back for FC Tulsa. He goes to ground, throw into San Diego Loyal. Still they keep possession. Adams clips a left-footed ball. Fennick heads away. Kibato chases nearest man. Shuts the play down. Camden Riley, Charlie Adams, Eric Bird has battled back and he's won that. No foul, says the referee. Now, here's Suarez. Bird is sprinting down the right-hand side. He goes left, though, to Williams. Williams has still got the ball here. JJ Williams inside the box, tries to go around, pulls it back, and there's Bird. And Bird hits a shot towards goal, and Adams keeps the ball in. Still we play on. Here's Kibato. Kibato will shoot low along the ground, and Kogi has an easy save. And a flurry of activity. And FC Tulsa nearly had a second goal, and now we've got an injury with the San Diego Loyal SC player down. Here's the replay with Anna Beffa.
FC Tulsa nearly closing out this game. J.J. Williams did well trying to get through traffic, finds himself with a bit of space, and then pulls that ball back knowing that Eric Bird is waiting at the top of the 6. But San Diego Loyal SC able to ultimately block that opportunity for FC Tulsa, keeping their hopes of tying this game alive.
See a player carried off here, such is the want of the San Diego Loyal players, and we've got another late substitution here. And I think it's Charlie Adams who's had to go off, and on comes Morgan Hackworth. Hackworth, the 25-year-old from North Carolina, 3rd season with San Diego Loyal. The captain's had to go off here. Important player, we hope he's okay. Charlie Adams, long ball. Phoenix under this, heads it away. It's going to come to Moon. Moon hits the shot towards goal. And again, Kibato can come out here for FC Tulsa. Colin Martin's there with him. Riley. Martin. He's had a lot of the ball in this second half since coming on as a second half substitute. Here's Elijah Martin. 1-0. FC Tulsa lead. We played 3 minutes of the 5 added on. Throw in late on here to the away side, who look to get back on level terms. Bradley Bourgeois, there's a flag up. It's going to be an offside. And FC Tulsa, Mike Ensign, will like that flag being raised, Anna, because again, it's precious seconds that you can take off the clock here.
FC Tulsa taking their time to reset this ball. Players getting an opportunity to rest. They've been defending these last 10 or 15 minutes so hard just to maintain this lead. It's all about game management. So far, they've done an excellent job to shave any seconds they can off the clock and keep San Diego Loyal SC from scoring. But this game not over yet.
Williams and Riley clashing there. Riley got one in face there. I think he's okay. And quickly underway is Colin Martin. Feeds it out to Nick Moon. 4 minutes of the 5 play. Just a minute or so left here. FC Tulsa with Dario Suarez's goal leading. Adams chips the ball into the box. Ball is loose. Here's Gabby Torres, who will be able to clear this one up the field. Only to the head of Martin, comes straight back. Eric Bird's battling in the midfield there. He felt he was fouled. Guido. Colin Martin out to Nick Moon. Knocking on the door late here. Good tackle from Kibato, who's made a difference since coming on as a second half substitute. Seconds left now. Again Kibato with a challenge on Moon. Quick throw in from Martin here to Adams, who's up there. Adams towards the left-hand side to Elijah Martin. Ball cushioned down. Guido's in there. No foul, says the referee. Dispay's in there with his socks rolled down. And then there's a foul on Dario Suarez. And Guido said that he felt there was a foul earlier on. And the referee's given a free kick to FC Tulsa, who Anna Beffa just need to, Mike Ensign looking for a famous home win here, looking to really professionally just see out the last minute or so here.
Definitely just a good effort so far from FC Tulsa, and want to see it rewarded if you're Coach Mike Ensign, to close out this game, stay disciplined, not give up any mistakes, and continue to build off of that convincing win against Birmingham Legion FC, and potentially here against another solid team from the Western Conference.
Coming up to 6 minutes of injury time. Here's Conway. Is there late drama here? Ball across the box, and it's just gone on top of the net. Conway played it across. They want a corner, and they've got a corner of San Diego Loyal. Players lying down in the box. Johnny Phoenix down there. I think the chance was from Thomas Amang. And somehow he looped it onto the box. Now the keeper's up here. We saw this on Saturday with the Birmingham Legion keeper. Koki's come up. This must be the last kick of the game, this corner. Everybody packed into the box. Here's the corner from the right. FC Tulsa need to defend this. Fennick gets a good header on it. Fennick chases his own header, and the referee brings the game to an end. And FC Tulsa, with a single goal from Dario Suarez, have won the game of football. And they've beaten San Diego Loyal here. As the fireworks go off at One Oak Field, Anna Beffa, can you sum that up?
Another convincing win for FC Tulsa. A pretty even match, a good quality game of soccer for the 90-plus minutes we saw here this evening, but FC Tulsa ultimately finding a way to get past Koki Vegas and San Diego Loyal SC. Just one goal was all it took, but FC Tulsa defended properly. They stayed disciplined, absorbed some of that pressure late from San Diego Loyal SC, and Mike Insian will definitely be pleased as they continue to build on that first win against Birmingham Legion FC. Another quality victory against one of the favorites in the Western Conference, Dave, and this will give them a lot of momentum as they head to their next away game.
Anna Beffa, we will take a slight breather here and then we'll come back and wrap this one up. Don't go away. We've got the second half highlights coming up. It's finished FC Tulsa 1, San Diego Loyal SC 0.
With the new lineup, they got something for every lifestyle.
Thanks, Sean. Remember, we've got what you're looking for.
At Williams, we're focused on adding new technology and operating practices that deliver right here, right now reductions in global emissions, cutting-edge emissions measuring and monitoring, certifiable and transparent emissions data, real-time energy optimization across the natural gas value chain, integration and delivery of the fuels of the future, meeting global energy demand and global climate goals. For us, this is just the beginning. Williams, we make clean energy happen.
Welcome back into One Oak Field. FC Tulsa's second home win of the season. They have done it by the slender margin of 1-0, courtesy of Dario Suarez. And we will get into the highlights of the match with Anna Beffa, and Sean Lewis, again, had to be at his best in this game.
It was, and it was an overall great defensive performance from FC Tulsa, led by Sean Lewis, and San Diego Loyal SC came out strong with a couple of really good opportunities, forcing Sean Lewis to make some big saves, and he had to do so early on and instill that confidence in that FC Tulsa backline and build off of a good performance against Birmingham Legion FC. Great save right here, very similar to the save from Save of the Week, pushes that ball up over the bar. Another convincing save for Sean Lewis.
But then, you know, they have to keep plugging away. Here's Brian Brown in the box, and they almost scored there, but Elijah Martin clearing off the line here, Anna.
Yeah, Brian Brown getting in the mix. He had a good game, a pretty quiet game, but still had the opportunity to create a lot of chances for FC Tulsa just with his continued work ethic in the final third. And then this is a look at the game changer for FC Tulsa. Gabby Torres with an unbelievable ball, but Dario Suarez still had some work to do, tracks that ball all the way in through traffic and able to hit that ball first time. Great technique, just with the slight instep. Doesn't have to generate a lot of power for that to get by Goki Vegas and put FC Tulsa up 1-0.
But they still kept coming, did San Diego Loyal, and right at the end here we saw this effort here, and in fact it was a really good save from Sean Lewis.
Yeah, it was, and Johnny Finnick in there as well, comes in at the last second Sean Lewis in a great position, and that one just pops up over the bar, but FC Tulsa able to weather that storm and close out this game.
They may have had to give up something on the stats here, Anna, with 63% to 37%, but we all know in this wonderful game that we watch worldwide, it just takes a goal to win a game of football, and that's what happened tonight.
It does. San Diego Loyal SC came out strong and dominant in possession, but FC Tulsa did a great job defensively, was able to hold them off and keep them scoreless. But when they did have possession, FC Tulsa able to find a way. They were able to get a couple of shots on target in the second half, created more opportunities, and ultimately led to that game-winning goal by Dario Suarez.
Yeah, Dario Suarez with his first of the season. There is a shot of downtown Tulsa. It's been another dramatic night here. FC Tulsa, as I said, get their second home win of the season. Annabeth, thank you so much to you. We will be back on April the 2nd. Thank you so much to our broadcast team here who provided this wonderful game for us tonight. The players are applauding the fans are applauding the players. Final score for the final time as we say all the best as well to San Diego Loyal for the rest of the season. FC Tulsa 1, San Diego Loyal SC 0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.